Welcome back to my channel. This is Ariel, your tarot translator. Today I'm going to be doing a collective reading for the sign of Sagittarius. So this is my first reading for Sagittarius here on the channel. The way I'm going to do things today, Sagittarius, is a little bit different than I typically do. I'm going to do what's called a freestyle reading. I'm going to start with a couple of oracle cards, and then we're going to jump into the tarot. The oracle cards will be put here at the forefront. We will reference back to them at the end of the reading and see how they tie into everything. We're going to do a past, present, future energy and do some clarifications of those cards. Let's jump in and get started. So for the overall message that's coming out today for Sagittarius, please give me one card here. Think of a question you might have, or, you know, just overall, like if you're thinking of a situation. Oh, there it is. Thank you. This is going to have a peaceful resolution. That's a really sweet message. Peaceful resolution. That's what you have to look forward to. No matter what comes out in the reading, it's going to have a peaceful resolution, Sagittarius. Let's get one card from this beautiful deck right here. Thank you. We've got, I am open and receptive to all the wealth that life offers me. I am attracting money and wealth with ease. I love that message for you. That's amazing. I love the beautiful imagery on the back of this card. Butterflies are my favorite. Okay, so peaceful resolution, something to do with, you know, finances flowing easily to you. This is a deck specifically as a kind of like a girl boss deck. Let's see what card wants to pop out here for you. It says take action. And again, there's no gender in any of this. These messages can be for male or female. So take action. There's something that is encouraging you to take action upon. Perhaps there's a thought that you have at the forefront of your mind. Milo, no barking, please. Come here. Good boy. All right. And we're going to take out one more card from here to see what pops out for us. This is the What's the Tea deck. Okay, it says moving on. Thank you next. The Ariana Grande song, right? Thank you next. All right, Sagittarius. So these are the cards that popped out at the forefront of the reading. And then we're just going to do one last card from this gorgeous deck right here, which is going to give us an overall theme tying into the tarot. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so this feels very much like a There's finances going on here. Something about your finances, Sagittarius. Love might pop through in the reading as we go on. I don't control what cards choose you for the messages. But so far what I'm seeing here is there's something that you're moving on from, something that, or you're being encouraged to move on from. Maybe you've been contemplating, maybe you're still holding on, but you're thinking to yourself that it might be time to move on. I see 3 people here riding a bike, and it seems to me like, you know, this person over here is riding solo, meeting 2 people here. It feels like it could be a friendship situation. You know, right now with the energies in astrology, with Aquarius, Pluto, and Venus being where they are, there's a lot of people that are feeling like this need to purge certain relationships that are no longer serving them. So it can be romantic or platonic, but I have seen and I've witnessed myself recently a friendship that has been in my life for several years has come to an end, and it wasn't in an aggressive or mean-spirited way. There was no fight, there wasn't anything like that. It was just sort of like 2 souls knew at that point that the friendship was time for it to dissolve. And in this energy, because of that Aquarius, you know, energy right now, it felt very freeing to accept that person's detachment. And that's the first time in my lifetime that I've ever actually felt that way, because formerly I would, you know, I was more of a, I never liked it to think that like somebody didn't like me. I had a lot of insecurities around that. And that was just, you know, some of the programming that was in my head as a young girl growing up. I would get deeply like sad if something dissolved. And at 40 years old now, I've just learned that you got to flow with the universe, and what's for you, flows through for a moment in time, and at other times it's time for it to split off. So not all friendships are meant to last forever. Not all relationships are meant to last forever. That's just a message that's coming through. So next here for you, besides moving on, it says take action. So some idea that you've got that you're encouraged to take action with your thoughts. Perhaps you've got some business endeavors or some side hustle that you want to do, or if it's related to dating, putting yourself out there. It says take action. You're a Sagittarius, you love to travel. Maybe you've been thinking of, wanting a vacation, getting away from the colder weather, if it's colder weather where you are, and just needing to take action on buying that plane ticket. I'm very much getting that download right now. Next we have here, I'm open and receptive to wealth. Life offers me, and I'm attracting money with ease. I mean, that's very much like giving the energy of a manifestation, that you're presenting to the world, to the universe, that you are ready for income to come flowing, and you're attracting it without much thought. So or without, maybe you've put in the hard work and now it's time to reap the rewards of the fruit. So Ace of Pentacles here. This is a really pretty card. The Ace of Pentacles is about money. It's about, the worldly things, and it can very much represent like a new opportunity, a financial opportunity. Peaceful resolution, again, that was your very first card that came out. So we are going to go ahead and jump in with the tarot now and see what is going on in your energies here for Sagittarius. We've got the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. All right, so this is really aligning with the storyline of moving on from something. The Ten of Wands is a card that talks about, picking up your toys and taking them to a new playground, so to speak. In the current, that was a recent past. In the current energy, you've got the Two of Swords, it's a choice, the Page of Swords, which talks about studying, getting more information, and then the Knight of Wands, having a lot of motivation, fiery energy. That's Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo energy, having a lot of spontaneous energy to pursue your desires, whether that be in finance or in some sort of relationship. We've got future incoming energies as the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. All right, I'm just going to do a clarifier for each of these and then tell you what it all means. So Five of Wands to the Two of Cups, King of Wands to the Four of Swords, Ten of Wands to the Justice. All right, so here in the recent past, we've got something about a dispute that may have happened in partnership. This could be in business partnership, platonic partnership, like a friendship, or this could be in a romantic endeavor, or it could be a soul tie, that there's just something in the recent past, there was some sort of bickering between you and the other party, which put you into an energy of King of Wands, or they were in an energy of King of Wands, meaning that, the King of Wands sometimes is called the Burger King. He likes to have things his way. He's a very dominant type of king. He is fire energy. So again, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. But something about this King of Wands, whether it was you in King of Wands energy or the person you're dealing with, after this dispute that happened between the two of you, you're both or one of you is taking the time to heal. So Four of Swords there, taking time to heal and recuperate from that. Because ultimately there was an imbalance in the situation between you and that person that is essentially caused one of you to start walking away, right? To determine whether or not this was for them, the moving on, thank you, next. And perhaps you did take action in that. And you're more focused right now on having a peaceful resolution with closing out that chapter. If this was with a business partner, perhaps you feel like you're going to be able to be more successful on your own, and you think that, or you intuitively know with the High Priestess here in the future, we'll get to that in a moment, that you're able to perhaps do things on your own more successfully. So in the current energy, to clarify the Two of Swords, we've got the King of Cups. Page of Swords is clarified by, thank you, the Five of Swords, and then the Knight of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Cups. Okay, so in the current energy, Sagittarius, you are in the middle of choosing between two options. and you are really contemplating where your emotional Ace of Cups, you're guarding it. So you're not being in Queen of Cups energy, which is like free flowing. You're in the Yang version of that. So again, no gender in tarot, but the masculine version of the that suit, the Queen and the King of Cups, is more like guarded about what they're going to give their emotions to. So something about two choices and guarding your emotions, because you're studying, you are going back and forth in your mind, and you are very much up in your headspace about what that next move should be. So you're really taking your time to think about that. And someone here wants to give you an offer, and you're very attracted to that person, or you are ready to give an offer to somebody and you're very attracted to that person. There's something here about an offer and attraction, or if it's in business, it is you're really excited to present this new idea to the world. So if you work for a corporation, perhaps there is a upgrade, there is some sort of a promotion coming forward for you, and you are a little bit nervous about it, and you are excited about the opportunity, but there's some fear about, is this going to be, am I ready for this? Am I ready to make this move? You're excited and you're passionate about it. You're ready to present the offer if this is a business thing. If it's a relationship thing, perhaps you're moving on beyond this other person and starting to put yourself out there and have already found, other people that you're attracted to, somebody new here. The High Priestess in the coming future energy, we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we've got a divine pair here with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. That's interesting. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, or the King of Swords, and we've got the Three of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So in the future coming energy, you've got the Queen of Wands that is being clarified for the High Priestess. So your intuition is telling you that this is either a really attractive deal coming your way, or that you are really attracted to this new person that you've currently met. And that your intuition is saying, I want to have honest, truthful conversations with this person. I'm very attracted to them. I find them to be somebody very appealing, and I could see myself being extremely happy in the emotional sense with this person. However, I am going to be mindful. I'm going to take my time with the Knight of Pentacles. He's the slowest moving knight in the tarot. So he's not like the Knight of Swords. It's just like running head fast for he wants to get things done immediately. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is the most reliable knight because he really, really takes the time to think things through, have a lot of methodical conversations with himself before he goes to present that Ace of Pentacles to where it needs to go, right? So he's the one carrying the Ace of Pentacles to that Queen or King of Pentacles. All right, and we've got the Three of Pentacles here. So that does make me feel like it's either some sort of a work environment, again, to that storyline of perhaps you've got this new opportunity with an endeavor in business or an endeavor within the corporation that you work for, and it would require you to perhaps work with new people and really work with a new team, collaborate with them in some sort of way. If it's in terms of love, I see this more as you getting your feet wet and sort of dating again, right? So perhaps you were in a longer term relationship that is coming to a close, or just a situationship that didn't work out, and now you are, open and looking forward to disconnecting and moving forward to see what's next. So let's look at the likely outcome for you, please. Likely outcome for Sagittarius. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. That's the working hard card. That is the, the toil and labor. We've got the Tower here. What's next? We've got the Six of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Cups. And one more, please. Thank you. We've got the Star. All right. So in the outcome, we've got the Eight of Pentacles to the Tower. So again, this feels like a work situation. It feels like if it's a storyline of work, it could be that something happened that shook up the foundation between this partnership that you had, or between you and this corporation. Maybe you didn't feel like they were seeing your value, or that you and the business partner had some clashing in where you saw the business going and what you wanted and what you ultimately both wanted for the business or for the project that you were working on. Six of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles, or Page of Cups, says to me that there's something about, you know, wanting reciprocity, wanting equal give and take. So if it's a work situation, again, it's like, I want to be paid the value of what I'm worth, right? I don't want to be looked at in this page energy, like I'm worth more than that, right? And some sort of healing that's happening here, because we're seeing healing here twice with the Star and the Four of Wands. So if it's in a relationship, love situation here, I would say that someone here decided that they wanted to stop investing, putting so much work into this relationship. So a Tower moment hit. And the reason they did that is because they felt like there wasn't enough reciprocity in that love situationship, right? So one person was giving more than the other. One person was approaching with Page of Cups energy, while another person was investing with, you know, King of Cups energy. So, I mean, they could not be more opposite ends. That's the baby of the suit, and then, you know, the highest king of that suit. So if somebody's giving Page energy in emotions, and the other person's giving King of Cups energy and emotions, that's discombobulated. And when we had your other suit here, which is the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, that tells me that there's a lot of physical attraction there, but perhaps the emotional, you know, depth of the relationship wasn't quite there. And there was some sort of honest conversation about that ultimately is allowing you to get to a healing space where you're being encouraged to move forward with peace and know that, like, what's for you is for you, and what's, you know, not for you is going to eventually find its way to a Tower moment and dissolve. And that can be, you know, that can be hard to accept at times, but if you are, you know, if you're accepting of the things that chapters that need to close, you are always going to walk through a door with more abundance. And that's not just in financial abundance, that's an emotional abundance. That's coming from a space of, like, really truly accepting that door is closed and walking with confidence into a space where you know that the only reason that door is closing is because there must be something better for you. So let's just go ahead and pull out a couple of these cards to end our reading here, Sagittarius. These are going to be just some messages for you, overall messages for you. So let's get one of these here. What's an overall message to close out this reading? Kindness. You are a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. I mean, Sagittarius are very, very kind people. They can be very generous people. They can have a very free spirit, and they like to explore and spread that kindness with others. So that makes sense. Let's grab a couple of cards for who you might be dealing with in love. I'm just going to let as many pop out as they want to. Who might Sagittarius be dealing with? Or who might be coming into Sagittarius life that they should have, you know, an eye out for. So we've got a Gemini here. We've also got Capricorn. We've got Leo. We've got Scorpio. And we've got Taurus. So yeah, these are the signs that you could be dealing with, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be, just if your person's sign isn't there, that doesn't mean that it's not for you. They could have a north node, a south node, a moon in one of these signs. They could be rising. They don't necessarily have to be associated with their sun sign. Let's get you a badass card and see what the universe is wanting you to know right now. There it is. Thank you very much. Here we go. It says, I let go of the shit that no longer serves me. I let go of the that no longer serves me. Again, Sagittarius, this is a great card to, you know, sort of bring this reading home, because we had moving on, we had take action, we have money's coming to me, we have Ace of Pentacles as the overall energy, we have a peaceful resolution, and there's a lot of messages here of just moving forward in some capacity. So I'm going to pull some letters here to see who you might be dealing with. And this is, again, just as a double confirmation for you. If your person's letters aren't here, it's not a big deal. It's just something fun that I do in my one-on-one readings with people live. So the letters that came out, we've got the letter A, we've got W, we've got H, T, A, the letter E, L, D, S, another L, we have A, and we have the letter M. All right, Sagittarius, these are the letters that came out for you. So these could be your first initial, your person's first initial, your person's last initial. Maybe you actually see your person's name here or their, middle, first, and last initial here. Those are the letters that came out for you, Sagittarius. So this is the message that I have for you. Overall, I think that the final message I'm being downloaded to give to you is you're going to be fine, and I think you know that. I think that there's something about the energies that are going on astrologically right now that are giving you such a sense of confidence in a way that maybe you haven't had in the past, where you're just able to detach. You're just able to disconnect. And my message to you is take that as a gift that it is, right? Because so many of us get stuck on thinking about the potential or the, not wanting to break ties because for all the various reasons that humans think that they have to hold on to everybody forever. Not everybody's meant to be in your life forever. If somebody's choosing to detach or you're choosing to detach, follow your gut, follow your intuition with the High Priestess here, and just move on, because better is coming for you, right? Whether it's in work or it's in relationships, platonic or romantic. New people can't be in your life if your life is so inundated with the old people, right? I mean, your ride or dies are going to be there forever. But the people that are just there to kind of flow through your life and for a cycle or for a season, you got to learn to use your discernment and understand when those people are meant to be there for a season, or a lifetime. So that's the message that I have for you today, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like, leave it a comment if you have any advice for me or if you have any feedback, or if you'd like to just claim this message, you can leave a comment saying that. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch it today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.